We're live. Hi guys, greetings from Germany. We are here for a hair-brain takeover. I'm Markus, I'm the director and founder of Education. We're here in this beautiful salon, Tilia Organic Hair in Berlin. And we're going to do a really cool look. Heidi is my amazing model for today. And at the same time, she's the owner of the salon. We are going to work on a nice textured, disconnected look. We're going to use precision cutting to achieve the look. And I already pre-cut a little bit and I want to share with you what I already did. Okay? So I started the haircut on the sides and I was using vertical sections and I was working with a concave layer all the way through the side. So what the concave layer gave me is a nice and soft outline, but a nice short and textured interior. Okay? I was working all this all the way through the front, back to the previous, so I'm getting a square shape once lifting the section up. So if you do your cross check, you can see there's a nice and square shape on the interior. Okay? So I did this on both sides already, and when you now look into the mirror, I just want to show you what it did. You can see it gave me a nice and soft outline. I will still work on this outline. I will open the eye socket a little bit more later, but for now I'm really fine with this. I then also worked already on the first part of the back, and I was using this as a guide from my layer from the sides, and I was using diagonal sections, and I was working a nice round graduation, working on the base, crossing the center. Okay? So I've got a nice fluid shape coming from a concave layer on the sides into a nice round graduation. Guys, we're here, hair-brain takeover, Education in Berlin, and I'm really happy that you're spending your time to join us tonight. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Let's get some positive vibe in here. And yeah, I'm really happy to share with you. Education is in Germany and in Poland for 2 months now. And we are going to give lots of seminars in the next weeks. For now, if you can come around.
Yes.
I'm going to work the round gradation now from the left into the right part, which I already cut. Why am I using diagonal sections? It's because I want to direct the weight into the other side. And my diagonal sections do have a tendency to be closer to the vertical. Why is this so important? Because we need to know what do sections do to the hair, okay? So if you think about vertical sections have a tendency to remove weight. And that's a really cool example that you never will forget. If you put a ball on the section, where's it going to roll? In this case, it rolls to the other side and it's going to roll down. So yeah, it builds weight, but more on the slimmer side, yeah? Do we have any questions or have any questions already?
No, but lots of likes, everybody's saying hello.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you say hello, say where you're coming from, and really ask any question. We can answer the questions in German and in English. I could answer in Spanish, but I will do this after. So if you have any questions in Spanish, please feel free to write them down. I will answer in the comments. Si tienen algunas preguntas en el español desde Latinoamérica, voy a responder sus preguntas después en sus comentarios. ¿Sí? Muy bien. Very good. So we're going to continue in English. I'm going to work my round gradation on the base. What does it mean is that I'm not using any over direction. Yeah? So the hair grows there. This is where I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to check my guide. And I'm maximum cutting onto the second knuckle of my finger to make sure I've got enough tension. Yeah, because between these knuckles we've got nice tension, but right here there is no tension. So we need to be careful that we're keeping our sections within these 2 knuckles. I'm using the fine side of the comb, but I'm not pulling too much. Because in these areas here, the skin is really flexible. So it means when the skin comes out, that means you're pulling a little bit too much. What happens if you pull too much and the skin comes out? That you might get a result which is not very even, because the hair or the skin will shrink back. Nice.
So we have a lot of greetings from Altmorschen, Nürnberg, New York, Canada, Poland.
Nice. So nice to see you guys.
Montreal, North Carolina.
Yeah, Altmorschen is a client of mine. It's Catherine. She was. We were doing a seminar last week, a one-to-one bespoke seminar. So these are really cool seminars that we are doing also one-to-one bespoke, and it's the most intensive way of doing a seminar because you will learn so much because I can be focused all the time on what you're doing.
We have hello from Ecuador as well.
Hola Ecuador, ¿cómo están? Muy bien. So what is MG Education? MG Education is an international education company. We are based nowhere, we are based in the world, so we're traveling to your salon, to your country, wherever you are based, we're going to organize a seminar for you. And, you know, this company has about, like in November, we're going to turn 1 year. And it's really interesting. We also had the pleasure already to travel the world. So we've been giving seminars in Poland, in Germany, in Mexico, in Peru, in the United States. So I'm quite happy how the company is growing. But, you know, it can always be more and better. And I like to travel, actually. And the cool thing, next year we're going to go to Argentina. We're going to give a look and learn and a 2 days masterclass. Next week I'm going to go to Nuremberg, to the south of Germany. We're going to do a 2 days course. We will go to Warsaw, to Poland, the weekend after this. And then we're going to go to Pszczyna in Poland to work with my good friend Mariusz Kochalka. And in October we're going to be in San Diego in the United States, in California. And in November we're going to do another masterclass in Mexico. So really exciting times ahead. And I hope, if you're interested, we're going to organize something in your country. So now, I'm going to join, and my body position is really important. When I'm going to create a round shape, and I'm walking on the base, is that my body needs to move around with each section. Now the situation is a little bit different because I'm going to do a video, so I need to make sure you can see really well. That's been said, I'm standing not in the perfect position to cut the hair. Yeah, normally on the base I'm standing straight behind my section. Now I'm standing here so you can see, but I need to be careful with my over direction. Why? Because we always have the tendency to pull the head towards our body. Yeah, so I need to take a little bit more care with my body position and my over direction. How are you doing, guys? Where are you from? ¿De dónde son?
Like really from everywhere in the world, Europe, like South Africa we have here.
This is amazing.
Australia, Israel, Greece, like really the whole world is watching.
So,
and I have a question. Where are you going to be located in San Diego?
In San Diego, we will do a seminar, 2 days salon creative seminar with Venue Edu. So Lael is going to organize this. If you're interested, leave me a message on our website or on our Facebook page from MG Education or from Venue Edu, and we're going to help you to get your space. There's just, I think, 2 or 3 maximum left. So if you want to join this class, feel free to write a message or comment, and we're going to go back to you soon, as soon as possible.
So I have another question here. At what point of the haircut will you do a cross-check?
Such a good question. Who did ask this question?
Anton Grebzov.
Anton Grebzov. It's such a good question. At which point of the haircut am I going to do a cross-check? So, as you saw, maybe at the beginning, I'm not sure at which point you joined in, I already did the cross-check on the side part, so I over-directed all the sections up. Yeah. Here I was working with a concave layer, working back to previous, and I did a cross-check by by elevating everything up, okay? So this is done. Then I did the first side, and I'm now working on the second side. Once I finish the second side, I'm going to do my cross-check to make sure I've got a good balance and a nice and clean result. Very good question. You guys, there are no stupid questions, yeah? You can ask anything you want. I feel like the most simple questions are the most important ones. So I was already talking about what is MG Education. Yeah, we're an international education company. We're traveling the world. We are teaching precision haircutting. What is precision haircutting? You know, when you hear the word precision haircutting, sometimes we think it's like this. Yeah, it's a little bit of sort of Star Trek. But it's not always Star Trek. You can create a very soft textured look, and this is what I'm going to do today, with a precision haircutting technique. Okay? Precision haircutting is nothing more than combining the three techniques, lines, graduation, and layering, with the three shapes, round, square, and triangular, and really to understand the dynamics of cutting hair. Yeah? We're not teaching you a haircut, we are teaching you to understand so you can create any haircut you want. You can see I'm cutting the hair inside my fingers. Why am I cutting the hair inside my fingers and not above the fingers? So this I give you a really simple answer, because when I'm cutting the hair inside my fingers, my elbow is down, okay? So I have the tendency to build weight all the way to the top. When I'm cutting above the fingers, my elbow's up, so I will have a tendency to layer the hair. Yeah? So there's more risk if you cut a gradation above your fingers that you might be too slim and you might switch into a layering technique.
So Frank is asking, at what point does graduation become layering in your opinion?
In my opinion. Very good question, Frank. So we say in precision haircutting, everything that is going, 0 degrees, if you want to talk in degrees, we're not talking in degrees, yeah? We don't want to limit ourselves. But just to separate what is line, gradation, and layering, you would say 0 degrees, there's a line. Everything that comes until 90 degrees, below 90, you're building weight, you're building graduation, and from 90, you're making the hair look slimmer, you layer the hair, yeah? You're creating texture and movement. Very good question. But I want to say this is the only point when we're talking at MG Education about cutting, about angles, yeah? Because angles, I can't tell you if this is 45, 42.5 degrees. So, and you don't need to know this, because the only thing you need to know is when you're lifting the hair more, you're getting lighter. When you're lifting the hair less, you will stay more heavy. And it's the same with your cutting angle, yeah? When you can see my cutting angle is building weight all the way to the top, and it's going closer into the nape. So, why MG Education? What's different than with other companies? At MG Education, we believe that it's taking more than cutting hair to be successful in our industry, okay? So it's really to know about how does your mind work so that your hands are reacting, okay? We believe in energy, focus, the individual, okay? We believe in very patient teaching, really in small classes, maximum 8 people. I never do classes that have more than 8 people, because it's hard to control and it's really hard to focus on everyone and give everyone 100% attention. So if you want full attention, patient teachers, focus, good vibes, good energy, book a course with MG Education. And yeah.
By the way, Frank agrees with you.
Yes, good, Frank.
Yeah, and I have another question from Anton. Who was your mentors? He'd like to know.
Who was my mentor?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got many mentors, okay, and this is, I think, mentoring is something really important to be successful, yeah? Pick a person that you find inspiring, that you want to learn something from. If you found this person, try to follow their footsteps. What did they do right, and how did they get there? And this is how you can get the same success. my mentors, I mean, I worked a lot of years in Vidal Sassoon. Heidi was actually my colleague. We worked many years together in Vidal Sassoon in Berlin. And later I moved to London. I used to be an educator at the Sassoon Academy in London. And yeah, if I want to mention one person. He's French. He also worked for Sassoon. It's David Scarna. And this guy taught me something really interesting, really amazing. I mean, look, we're doing precision haircutting. Yeah, I believe in millimeters. I believe in technique. I believe that it's the best to cut just with the scissors and the comb. This is my belief. But sometimes when we're doing precision haircutting, we tend to forget about what is sitting here. Okay, we tend to forget to connect with the person. So we are in our body position, we're doing this, so we're a little bit like robots, okay? But it's really important, don't forget about the visual result, okay? So even if you want to focus on precision cutting, even if you want to cut as clean as possible, sometimes you've got such a clean haircut technically, but then you look at it and you think like something doesn't work, because we forgot to look in the mirror and to look what is the visual result like. So I believe in precision haircutting, but also really connecting with persons, connecting with your model, with your clients. It's really important. So now I'm doing the cross check. I'm starting from the bottom. Now I'm using horizontal sections, and now it's really just about getting the hair cut nice and clean. You can see if you cut it clean from the beginning, there's not a lot of hair to cut off. Yeah, if there's more than this little bit, then you really need to go back to your original technique and check your over direction again. If it's just that much and you can see there's almost nothing, there's not much to check. Make sure if you're doing the cross check that you're not changing the cutting angle that you used before. So if I'm later lifting this hair high here to do the cross check, this is not where I cut the hair, I cut it right there, okay? So even though I'm using horizontal sections, it's really important to make sure I'm not elevating higher than I did before.
Frank would also like to know if Toronto, Canada is in the near future.
If you invite me, it's in the near future. So actually this year there's not a lot of space left. I will be in Germany and in Poland until October. Then I will go to Mexico. I will go to San Diego. I will do a course in Mexico in November. Normally in December there's not a lot of courses because the salons are very busy. And yeah, next year it's already safe. In June I will go to Argentina. And I will be back in Germany and in Poland and in Europe in general. I will be back in March and April. There are already 3 weekends booked in March. So if you want to get a course with me, then you need to be quick, okay? So you need to get your spot. You need to get your seminar organized. The cool thing is all our seminars are bespoke, okay? So we're having a conversation, we're having a consultation together, and then we're creating the course that you want. Yeah, we can do a complete foundation course, we can do a salon creative course, we can do a mix of foundation and salon creative. This is what I'm going to do next week in the south of Germany. So everything is possible. And I hope to see you in my courses.
So can people actually apply for the course via message here?
No.
That's my question now because somebody's writing.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can, definitely.
Okay.
I would recommend you to write a message to our Facebook page of MG Education, because I think at the end there will be lots of comments and it will take me a couple of days to work through the comments. So yeah, you can, but if you can write us on our Facebook page, that would be amazing.
So Gabriela saw you doing a class in Mexico and she would also like to join in San Diego. So.
Yeah, get in contact with us or with Lyle from When You Able. and then you can get your course.
And I have another question here from Oksana. Any advice on cowlick areas?
That's such a good point. So cowlick areas are something really funny, because obviously we need to be very careful here. I give you an example. If you have, this neck is amazing, okay? There's not a lot of trouble that I can get into. For example, my mom, she's got a really strong growth pattern here in this area, but she's got very soft sort of outlines. She doesn't want it too short, but she doesn't, there are two options. You can cut it short enough so you can control it, or you keep a lot of weight pushing it down. But if you have this growth patterns, but you want it to have very soft, the growth pattern is going to move. Yeah? So this is why, or this is where we need to work with our eyes. And some of my ex-colleagues said something really cool. He said, our technique is the slave of our visual result. What does it mean? Yeah, our technique is so important, but it's much more important what we see. So if the cowlick doesn't work, you can have a nice line when you comb it down, but once the person moves, the cowlick area moves. Yeah, I would give you the tip that you tell the client, move your head, cut it visually, okay? Just using your eyes without combing it. Move it again, cut it with your eyes, move it again, cut it with your eyes, okay? So what happens, there will be a point where the person is moving and then it's sitting perfect, but when you comb it down, it will be like this, yeah? But think about it, do you have a person walking behind you, combing your head down all the time? I don't think so. So yeah, it's a really good question. This would be for the growth patterns in the nape area. Always allowing for what could happen. And always thinking practical, yeah? Some persons are not blow drying their hair every day. They're not combing their hair all the time. So what I'm doing now, I'm opening up a little bit here, the eye socle area. If you maybe look in the mirror, that's very cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So what happens by opening this, you make it look more open, and you will give more attention to the long bits here, to this nice softer bit. Yeah, and you can already see the nice slim shape, still graduation, nice volume in the back area, but not too much on the slimmer side. And now I'm going to work on my outlines. Yeah, I want to make this a little bit more defined, but keeping the soft in the sides way softer. So now you can see the hair has already the tendency to move to the inside. So I will use a natural movement of my elbow, which with every snip of the scissors goes up into this point. So cutting hair is nothing more than connecting points. Yeah, it's a little bit like the drawing books we had when we were children. So we were connecting 1 to 2, 3 to 2, 4 to 5. And this is what is cutting hair, yeah? So you imagine your points, 1, 2, 3, and then you connect them.
Mary says, great tip, thanks.
You're very welcome, Mary. Very nice. So this is a very cool salon that Heidi has here. It's all based on organic, it's very minimal. She's working here by herself, she's giving a lot of attention to her clients. So if you're from Berlin, by the way, then just come over to Tilia Organic Hair and get a haircut from Heidi. So now, from the right to the center, I was moving from the right into the center. Now I'm moving from the center into the side. It gives me personally more control. Many people do it in different ways. And I think something important is there is no right or wrong, okay? At the end it counts. If your client is happy, if you are happy, then you're doing the right thing. My good friend Mike Varela from the Kingly Hair Group, he wrote in a very interesting article about what is right or what is wrong. But there is no right or wrong. You need to find your way. My way is precision hair cutting. I'm completely into this. I'm not using thinning scissors, I'm not using razors, but there's nothing wrong with that because it's not the tool, it's the person using the tool. Okay? So now I'm checking my shape in the mirror. a little bit higher on this side, so I'll go a little bit higher on that side. Yeah, the mirror is a great tool to help you to see your proportion better. So guys, if you like it, there's a share button on the left-hand side of your screen. Spread the love, spread the education. I mean, Hairbrained is one of the most amazing Facebook pages. They are sharing so much education. They are sharing education from different views, you know, precision hair cutting, razor cutting, coloring. And I think let's spread the love and share on the left-hand side of your screen if you like what you see and if you want, you know, to share with your colleagues. At MG Education, we're not hiding secrets. We're always telling you every detail that you need to be successful. So now I get this nice shape there. I will also check behind the ear. Yeah, I want to keep this long part. And now I'm connecting the long part to the short part. But I'm just using the tip of my scissors. Yeah, if you look in the mirror, just using the tip of my scissors to keep this outline nice and soft. Yeah, I don't want an outline which is like lasered. I really want to keep it nice and soft. And keeping the long part over there. I'm doing the same on the other side. And you can see all the time, turning around, moving the mirror. And if your client asks you, well, like, why are you moving me all the time? You know, you explain what you do. You tell them that it helps you to get a nice proportion. And then they're like, wow, no one ever did this before with me. So at the same time, it's a good thing to get your client happy. So, ready with this. Finish the sides, finish the back area. I will check this again once they have dry. I'm not going crazy about this right now. I want you to see the top from the top, if you can come closer. I divided 3 different triangles. It was a bit tricky to divide them because they already have lots of length. There are 2 triangles that are wider to smaller, and this triangle in the center is wider to smaller to the back. What I'm going to do is this triangle in the center goes from short to long to the back, and these 2 triangles here on the outside, they go from short to long to the front. What is going to happen is that these 2 triangles from the sides, they're going to lap over this shorter part, and you get a nice texture. This will not be connected to the sides, not to the back. This will be completely disconnected. I will start with my center section. I need to wet this down because you've got a little mark from the clip. And just being careful that I'm not combing into the other part of the other sections. Everyone happy so far? Give us some love. Give us some comments.
Yeah, we get lots of love.
And that's nice.
And hello from Sweden and from Mexico. Yes.
Saludos a Mexico.
Yes, and somebody, Mihai says, love it.
Hello, Mihai.
I have, just positive comments so
That's
far.
nice.
Everybody's really happy.
So now I need to focus that I don't forget what I did. What I said. I said from short to long. Okay. So this is my first section. I divide this triangular section into vertical sections. I don't want the fringe too short, so I have all the control and I can decide where is this going to end up. Yeah? But I want it a bit shorter because I want the other part to be longer. Short to long, I can check where I'm going to end up with this angle. Okay? Nice. So, saludos al América Latina, saludos a México.
Puerto Rico we have here. Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico también. A Brasil, Argentina, Perú, Venezuela, Bolivia, Chile. Si ustedes tienen algunas preguntas en español, Aline no habla español, pero si ustedes tienen algunas preguntas en español, por favor, después del Facebook en vivo, voy a responder a sus preguntas. Solo por favor me dan unos días porque creo que van a hacer muchos comentarios que necesito responder. So let's continue in English. First section, really keeping the control, not losing my overview. It's like 3 sections to the right, 3 to the left, more or less, okay? Another important thing is, if you can't remember afterwards what I did, the video will be live afterwards, but also think more about what did you learn instead of remembering exactly the haircut. Because this haircut, exactly like I do it, will not work maybe on your client next week, because you will have different face shape, different bone structure, different texture, different growth patterns, different density, different lifestyle, different image. Okay, so don't try to copy things one to one. Really try to think about, okay, what does this achieve and how can this help me in my work?
Judith writes she would love if you came to the Philippines.
Oh, I would love it too. I think I would love it more than you. Yeah, please contact me and then let's see what we can organize. Yeah, I'm very open to come. By the way, I'm over-directing a little bit back to the previous section. I'm cutting short to long. Always checking that I can see my guide really well. I stood here to make sure I can over-direct. I have the tendency to over-direct, right? So now, you can see how really delicate I'm combing the hair. I don't want to get into the other section. Now I'm going back to section 1 from the center, moving my body, and now I'm over-directing section 2 from the other side into section 1, short to long. You can see to section off, I'm using the right side of my comb. To have tension, I'm using the fine side of my comb. On the top of the head, you can use a little bit more tension. Why is that? Because there are not a lot of muscles, and the top of the head is way harder. There's not so much flexibility, so I can use tension. Nothing is going to happen with the result. Guys, I'm so grateful you joined in. You spent your time in the afternoon in Mexico, in the evening in Germany, or in the UK, in America, wherever you are. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate that. And if you have any questions, if you want to share, there's the share button on the left hand side of your screen. Spread the love, spread the positive energy. Very nice. So now I can check if I like it. Yeah, I still have a nice length to the front, but I've got way more texture. If you look in the mirror, yeah, there's way more texture here. It's nice and slim, but there's still the length to the fringe area. If I later think, oh, I can go a bit shorter here, then I can follow the head shape a little bit more and take out more of this, or can round it off a little bit more. Yeah, but for now I'm totally fine with this. And now I'm going from short to long. Short to long from front to back in the center, on the sides, short to long from back to the front. Let's do this. Also start in the center of the sections. Any question, guys?
Yes, I do have questions from Gino. Can you give a recap on the first triangle section in the center? Did you have 3 sections in there?
Yeah, I will do so. So I had a triangular section which went from wider, if you go from the top, from wider to thinner. Okay, this is the first section. This section I was cutting from short to long. These sections are wider in the back, thinner into the front, and I will go from short to long, from back to front. So what's going to happen is it's going to overlap, and you get loads of different length within the hair. Very good question.
Thank you. And Mihai wants to know, is the mid triangle to the mid of the P eyebrow?
Say that again.
Is the mid triangle to the mid of the P eyebrow? Maybe there's a spelling mistake.
If you can ask this question again, we did not get it.
Yeah. Mihai, please ask it again.
Yeah, please ask it again, Mihai.
Somebody says, your model has a beautiful face, Heidi.
Yes, Heidi.
Katrin writes that.
There's another Facebook Live on my Facebook page on MG Education where I was cutting Heidi's hair at the beginning of the year, but it was way longer. And now it's way shorter. So I want to show you something. Yeah, I finished the first triangle and the second one. And I want to show you that you can see now there's no connection.
I'll just go around.
There's no connection into the side area. Yeah? But once it drops down, it really interlocks really soft into this area. Now, let's have a look. And also you can see something interesting here. This connection on there. Yeah? Because this triangle was from short to long, and this from short to long this way. Yeah? So you get the disconnection also in this area. Now let's do the other side.
So what she meant was the middle of the eyebrow. Is the mid triangle to the mid of the eyebrow?
Yeah, it goes into the center, exactly. Look, it's like this. Yeah, it's exactly in the center area of these two eyebrows.
Yes.
Okay, but always don't take it too strict. Yeah, what I want to tell you is, it depends on your model. Yeah, what do you want, or what does your client want, and decide it like this. Yeah, if you want the shorter part in the front not to be too wide, I mean, you take it a little bit smaller. Yeah, it really depends on what you want to achieve. Now, this goes also from short to long. As you can see, I'm keeping the long length in the front, just making this angle steeper. And, you know, talking about sections, how fine or how thick you take a section, it really depends on the density of the hair. And what's the rule? The rule is you need to see your guide. Yeah, very straightforward and simple, you need to see your guide. So one more section, I guess. And then we are done.
And we have lots of hellos from Spain and now from Moscow even.
From Moscow. I'm not speaking Russian, unfortunately, not yet. I think the next language I need to learn is Polish because I'm so many times in Poland.
And Istanbul we have
and
here.
Istanbul, nice. We have in MG Education, by the way, our lectures and our student books are in 4 languages. They are in English, in Spanish, in German, and in Polish for now. Let's see what language is going to come. But yeah, we try to really give you something that you can understand. Yeah. Now, if you look in the mirror, you can see this beautiful taped shape into the nape. You can see the nice, soft sideburns, and you can see the texture that is going to happen on the top. Now, when you move the hair, you will see all the texture that is going to start. Yeah, so you have 2 ways of styling it. I mean, you can keep it really simple. You can really move the hair. I really like this sort of look for today. What Heidi is going to do tomorrow with it, she decides. Nice. So I will blow dry the hair first, and then I will refine the hair. It's brilliant time today. First time I'm going to use the Dyson hair dryer. And I'm using a little bit of this organic spray to enhance the texture. I will just give a little bit on to the top. That's it. I'm using a wet brush to blow dry the hair. And I just want to really sort of quick blow dry. Nothing too complicated.
Everybody loves the look. Everybody writes that they love it.
Please share if you like it. Yeah, press the share button on the left-hand side of your screen. Spread the love. This has power. It's amazing. Very interesting. You can see I'm really blow drying this very soft left, right, right, left. And this is what our clients want. They don't want, most of the time, they want something quick, yeah? They don't want to spend hours in the bathroom to get their hair done.
Nelly wants to know what's the difference with that dryer.
Actually, I'm also about to find it out because it's the first time that I'm using it. But one difference I can definitely tell you already, it's very light. Okay, it's not very heavy in your hand, so it's not going to destroy your body. And it's very low volume, yeah? So we can still talk, you can still hear me, but the hairdryer is full on, almost. Yeah, it's got good power. And I mean, look, the design is like, it's like the iPhone from the hairdryers.
Yes.
I'm a big design fan, so this is something really minimalist, beautiful.
And Nelly also wants to know, how do you control the blow dry with thick hair?
How am I controlling the blow dry with thick hair?
Yes.
Interesting question, because I'm in Mexico loads of my time, and you can blow dry it the same way. I need a little bit more time, and you might focus maybe more on also tension drying. You might pre-dry with a wet dry, but then you would focus also the tension dry the hair. Yeah, but it's possible also. It just takes a little bit longer.
And Elizabeth is asking what the name of the cut is.
Interesting question. There's always this question of what's the name of the haircut. At MG Education, we're not teaching haircuts, okay? I'm not teaching you, okay, this is the graduated frog, or this is the firefly. What I'm teaching you, when we're having a class, what I'm going to teach you is to understand how you can combine techniques and shape, how you control elevation and over direction. I'm not teaching like this haircut, this haircut, this haircut, yeah? I really want you to be able to create anything you want, actually. And yeah, by taking our classes, you will really understand in a very simple and easy way. Something different, what we do different in MG Education, we really focus on understanding our mind, okay?
And I have another question from Garrett. How would you bring someone's hair like that into an upstyled do with that blow dryer and brush?
Okay, I'll give you a very simple answer. I'm not doing updos. I'm just cutting hair. So, and did not ever use this hair dryer. It was the first time that I used this hair dryer. I'm not sure if you have more experience with like round brush using of the hair. No? Also no. Okay. No, we don't have any experience with updos actually, because MG Education is focused on precision hair cutting, okay? So we're not using round brushes, we're always using the west brush to really show the client something easy to control, to blow dry. Yeah? Now I'm checking the shape from the back again.
And Daniel would like to know where you are based.
I'm based everywhere. I'm based in the world. Yeah, the question, the answer is we are based wherever you want a course with us. Yeah. For example, at the moment I'm in Germany. I'm based in Germany for 2 months, and I'm traveling within Germany and within Poland. And then I will spend a while in Mexico. I will go to the United States. I will go to Argentina. It really depends on where you want a course with MG Education. What I wanted to say is, what's different with MG Education is, yeah, we're doing precision cutting courses, like many do, but we are focused on understanding your mind first. So every class of MG Education starts with a motivational part, to really stimulate your mind to look at life and hair from a different angle. And you know, everyone who has ever experienced one of our classes knows that we're doing cool stuff. Yeah, we're starting with meditations of gratitude and all this stuff. We can do something now with you without closing your eyes. And think about one thing in your life that you're truly grateful for. Think about one thing that you're really proud of. If you want to, you can share your thoughts. So you can share, oh, I'm really proud of this, or I'm really grateful for this. Put it into the comments. Let's spread some positive energy. And if you don't want to share it, you just think about it and you just get you just get into a nice positive state. What does it do with your mind when you focus your brain on something you're grateful for, something you're happy for, something you're proud of? You're focusing your brain on the good things, yeah? You're not getting angry, you're not feeling fear. If you have ever fear, think about 3 things in your life you're grateful for. You can't be fearful, you can't be angry if you think about something that is good in your life. And there's one thing, even the most depressed person has one thing that they can be grateful for. Think about it and put it in the comments. I would love to hear your answers. So if you look in the mirror, you can see the nice and soft curved shape.
And I have another question. What was the date for Mexico? Nelly would like to know.
The date for Mexico is the 27th of November. Para mis amigos en México, la fecha para el curso en México es el 27 de noviembre y es un día de un curso salón creativo en la casa de Davines. Muy bonita la casa de Davines y allá vamos a hacer el curso. Carl also is really excited. He's feeling the positive vibes.
This is Kali.
He's the salon dog.
And Lutfi would like to know, is this natural hair color or dyeing hair? Because it's nice hair color and cut.
So this is the question for Heidi
Yeah.
for today. Heidi is working with a very organic concept, yeah? So everything that she's doing in the salon is organic. And I think it's 100% organic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is really something you not get very often, yeah? People always say, oh yeah, we're working organic, but actually they don't. But really Heidi is working with organic color, with organic products. The whole philosophy is organic, yeah? So this hair color also is organic. I'm not sure if you want to say something about it. She's shy.
Everything plant-based, it's totally organic.
Perfect.
We love that.
Yeah, Heidi is also a hairdresser. We worked many years together and we done so soon. And yeah, she always, I knew her, the first time I knew her, she had this, it's her philosophy of life. It's not just a salon concept to gain clients, it's really her philosophy. She's doing yoga also. So this is something really cool. And this is something also interesting for me, for my work when I'm doing the haircut, thinking about the personality of my client. So I know she's not using lots of product in the hair. She's blow drying the hair really naturally. Sometimes I think just leaving it, And this is something important to know, because if I know, okay, she's not doing a lot, I need to keep my work really clean and practical, so she can handle it easily. Yeah.
So Mary would like to know what color brand it is that you use, Heidi.
And this is what you need to tell me.
It's called Alexander. The company is Alexander Pietschmann Olive.
From where is it? Which country?
From Germany and parts are from Austria and the Netherlands. Yeah.
Okay.
But of course they buy the plants from everywhere in the world.
So it's plant-based color?
Plant-based.
Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Yeah. All plants.
And then I have another question, just a second.
Yeah, go on, guys. Last minutes to ask your questions. Getting ready.
Excellent fundamentals. If you could please spend just a little bit more time at the end and give us a thorough explanation of the 3 triangles on top, short to long, explain narrow.
I will do a recap for you, my friends.
Narrow, wide.
Yeah. I will. When I finish the haircut, I will do a recap for you, so I will explain again what I did. If you like, I will spend my day tomorrow. I will draw some nice diagram for you, and I will put it on my Facebook page of MG Education, and then I will give you the whole diagram. Yeah, deal? Very good.
So Daniel is asking again about the hair color name. So it was Alexander
Peachman.
Peachman.
O Liebe.
O Liebe. Alright, guys? Cool. And then, oops, Marius would like to know.
What does he like to know?
Can you give us some of your most important points to know when it comes to outlining or connecting the area around the ears into your shape? Thank you.
Around the ear and?
Around the ears into your shape.
Okay, so in this area here in the front, I'm really using the natural curve of the outline. Yeah, I'm not going into this, I'm really just using it. I'm combing it a bit forward. By combing it forward, I get sort of a graduation, I get a softer outline. And then just I'm using the tip of my scissors, and the same like I did in the back, I'm moving my elbow to get a nice curve into the shape. And then I'm using the mirror, and I'm looking at it, and I look if there's something that still disturbs me or not. Some little hair still there. And this is how you connect into the side area. This part here, I will do the recap later, but I cut the side first and then I used this part here to go into my graduation. Yeah, but I will do a little recap in a couple of minutes. But really, in this case, yeah, I want to keep it soft. I don't want anything harsh. I don't want any hard outlines. I really like what I see. Yeah. Another point I'm really obsessed about is to, if you want to do something, okay, and you like it, and your model likes it, your client likes it, don't care what anyone else says. Yeah. The most important thing is you like it, the model likes it, or your client likes it. That's it. Okay? Because if we always try to please other people, we start to get boring. Just connecting this in. Now here you can see the difference in the disconnection. Yeah? These were two triangles, they went from short to long. And there's one triangle that went from short to long all the way to the back, so I get this texture here in the back. Okay? When I'm cross-checking this, I need to be careful that I'm not connecting them. The only thing I want to do, I want to break a little bit into them. I'm using my scissor vertically. You can see I'm keeping the shape, I'm not destroying it. I'm just pointing into it so that they interlock way softer. Yeah? So you can see there's a blunt cutting line. When I'm breaking into it, I'm not doing this. Yeah? I'm doing it controlled. I'm just go vertically, I'm standing behind, and I'm going left, right, right, left. Coming through, checking. Okay. Can you use a thinning scissor? Sure you can. There's nothing against the thinning scissor. I'm doing it with just this pair of scissors because I want control. Yeah. With the thinning scissor, it can be a little bit tricky that because you're taking out the same amount of hair all over. Yeah. By using a pointing technique, what I'm doing is I can point into the areas where I want to take out weight. If I see an area where I don't want to take out weight, then I'm not pointing into it. So this is now the visual part of the haircut. And then really moving the hair and see what it's going to give you. So in this front area, I also wanted it softer, but I want to keep the length. Do you like the length? Yeah? Perfect. So check in with your client, check in with your model. When we had the consultation, you know, the idea was to keep something softer, to keep the sideburns, to keep a soft fringe. It should not be too short. And this is something you really need to take into account when doing your haircut, when planning your haircut. You know, you can really play with the hair. You can see what it does. If you're happy, what it does. And I'm still want it a little bit softer in the front area. So now we'll go in, we'll comb the hair down, and I will slice into the hair, yeah? But really controlled. Going slightly diagonal into this. Everyone's happy, no questions, no preguntas, amigos.
So, Mihai is asking, what is your ideal time for a structured cut like this?
My ideal what?
Time.
Time? My ideal time? Yeah, no. 11 at night. I was like confused now. My ideal time is, I would say a good haircut should last like 45 minutes, 1 hour with blow dry with everything. Obviously, when we're doing something like this live video, haircuts will take a bit longer. This is why I pre-cut the haircut a little bit, because we're explaining the whole time, yeah? But yeah, I think 1 hour, 45 minutes, you should be able to do the haircut, yeah? We also need to think about business, yeah? We sometimes can't go too crazy on our clients about what we do with them, because, you know, at the end we need to make money, we need to pay our rent of the salon. So, yeah, it needs to be economic also. Sorry if I'm sometimes mixing languages and words in my head. Sometimes it may sound a bit weird, my grammar. So, for this point, I'm really happy with the haircut. I'm doing a last check in the mirror. On the side area. I really like to use this skeleton brush because it shows you the texture of the haircut. Yeah? And it shows you this nice shape. Yeah, Heidi was working the whole day really hard. She started to get tired. I mean, in Germany, if you look outside, it's 11:30 at night. So, yeah. we planned it this time so Heidi can finish her clients, and you know that in other parts of the world we are having a good time.
Somebody, like Jamie writes, cute dog. Everybody appreciates cats.
All right. So I will use a little bit of Sculpting Clay from John Masters Organics. It smells really amazing. And I will not use too much. Yeah, that much. I will heat it up in my hands.
Mia is asking, no gel?
No, it's like a clay, you know? It's like something that has more sort of a matte effect. And what I'm doing now, styling-wise, I'm just now massaging the product into the hair, and at some point where I think, yeah, that's cool, I like it, I will stop. Yeah, I think something that hairdressers often do is that they try to get every strand of hair into place, but then it looks really like overstyled. Yeah, it should look like really natural. And yeah, I will post photos later. I will give you the diagrams tomorrow on the page of MG Education, and we will post some photos also. Do you like it, guys? Give us some love. I will do a little recap in a second.
Well done, friend. Venu writes. Love your style. Mia writes.
Yeah, nice style. It also works really well with her, you know, with her clothes and everything. Yeah, this is where we keep it for now. That's it. Kannst du einmal aufstehen? Super. Okay. So, guys, I will give you a little recap on what I did. I had three triangles section of on the top. The first triangle went, or the triangles in the center, it went from narrow to wide, and the cutting angle from short to long, from front to back. And then we had two triangles here, wide on the back, narrow in the front. They went from short to long, from back to front. Yeah, this is what we did on the top. On the side area, we had a concave cutting angle. It's not connected to the top area. Okay, it's lapping over, and this is what gives you the texture. But it also gives you a nice outline. We did this on both sides. Now we were using this as a guide from the layering, and then we're working around graduation, no over direction on the base, and then coming from the other side so that the graduation connects. Yeah, you can see this super cool textured, soft, graduated and layered shape for Heidi today. This was a hairbrain takeover. Thank you so much for your energy, your passion, your comments, your likes. It's not how good you are, it's how good you want to be. This is MT Education. This was a hairbrain takeover from Germany, and I hope to see you in one of our courses. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook on MT Education. Thank you so much for your time. Bye.
Ciao.